Hello. We are all back. It's another Tuesday night episode of the Two Birds podcast, and we are all excited and ready to go with date night. And we are here on Facebook and YouTube, here on the Two Birds and Crystals and my pages. What's up, girlfriend?
It's almost football season. I'm super excited. I'm crazy busy with work. I am exhausted. I am tired of being running around like a crazy mom. Yeah. So, story of my
It's
life.
been it has been crazy. I and trust me, I understand because I personally I bartended last weekend and
I saw
was
you look like you got some sun.
and I don't do country music very much, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, doing my thing. And as I try to get my stuff together here, there we go. It looks pretty good. And so yeah, it was actually a blast. I made some money, which was important. You know what I mean? Because that's really what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to really,
Do all the other
listen to
things.
country music.
I mean, I would be there to listen
It
to
was
you,
all
but
and there were a lot of people there listening to country music. And people that listen to country music are cool people because they also are good
you're a
tippers.
cool person.
So I was okay, and actually the music didn't make my ears bleed.
Oh, good.
So
You
I knew
survived.
I mean there was uh, Brantley Gilbert
Love Brantley Gilbert.
and Justin Moore. I'm gonna kill this one. Um, Masculine Bloodline, Mascadine Bloodline.
Masculine bloodline. I don't. Yeah, not. I don't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And who used to be married to Blake Sheldon?
Blake who? Elmer.
Miranda Lambert.
Oh, she's good at concert.
She's a hot mess. She is a absolute hot mess. She would be perfect for this show. She would be
Wow.
perfect
We
to
should
have
interview
come on
her.
this show because she is absolutely a hot mess.
She's a hot mess.
But
So she would fit right in with us.
she would. She would absolutely fit.
Right in. We're losing Jamie.
I I, I looked at
You are so
her.
frozen right now.
I looked at the.
Jamie's frozen. It's just like the freeze frame. Like, could I cut his head in half? Whoa! Are you alive? Oh wait, hold on. That's the wrong way. I always do that. I always go the wrong direction. I don't know. It's just it's. I got to mirror stuff and flip it around. But what happens? I am having computer issues, which is why we were a couple minutes late. Computer is like dying. Can't get Chrome to pop up on my desktop, but I'm working on it right now. So hopefully my laptop doesn't die in the middle of this of Jamie being frozen because that's never a good thing. I also know that probably if he has to log off, I will disappear. Poof, be gone. Oh wait, that's a TikTok song, right? It is. You know what? Mr. Big is addicted to TikTok radio, and I have no idea why. Because he doesn't even have TikTok, nor does he ever like. I literally have to be like, "Look at this TikTok! It's so funny!" Oh, you're back.
I don't know what happened. I mean, it's
I was afraid I was going to kick me off if you went away.
no, it won't do that. It's smart enough to know better than
Well,
that. So
I'm I'm so glad it's smart enough to know not to kick me off.
So, but I do happen to have a tremendous. So there's a lot that I actually have kind of planned for this episode, and it was funny because I normally get like 45 minutes with Crystal. She likes to jump on early, and we get to talk about what the show's going to happen. Not
My
tonight. Not
guys,
tonight. Tonight I have the most stuff planned that I've ever had planned for a
look,
show,
I
and
still can't get my computer to work. It's still look, it is still. That's as far as I've gotten.
you. So So, and like I literally have so much planned for this episode. I have so I was talking to some
Tell
I
me
was
all the
talking
things.
to somebody actually,
Yeah, like
and
anybody.
literally, and uh, she was like, "Oh, what's your horoscope?" Blah 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? That actually would make a great episode
We've talked about that.
for
I mean,
Two
we've talked
Birds.
a little bit
And not
about it.
only that, not only is it make a great episode, but I also have this book, this personology book
Are you
that
going to tell me all the things about me?
I could tell you from the moment that you're born, I'm able to read all the different stuff from your personology.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic book. It goes all the way back to 1900. It goes all the way up to 2150.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's people that aren't even born yet. And I have some girls that are dying to get on the show tonight.
Oh, good.
So So we may have a bunch of different things happening tonight. So it's a little funny. I don't know if I'm still lagging or not. It kind of looks like I might be lagging.
We're lagging a
But
little bit, but definitely not as bad
either
as you were. And I still don't have a computer, so we're good.
okay. Not only that, but also our girl, our girl that we get a lot of TikToks from. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with this. She had a situation happen,
Like a
and
bad situation or a good situation?
I got to roll the clips. I have to roll the clips. Is she, she's always given us good advice for guys and for girls,
Yes.
but she had a thing happen, and there's 4 clips. It's going to take a minute or two, so
Okay.
I'm gonna roll them one after another.
I like it.
So
I like it. Story
this girl's name.
time.
This girl's name is Emily King. You've seen her a lot. We put her TikToks on frequently. So here we're going to hear the story directly from her.
I think I'm getting butterflies, but it's really something telling me to run away. No, hey, love, baby, I'm the and one day I be losing you. Another night, I'll be your girl.
I'm gonna try to make this one more time. I might be taking a break from TikTok. I don't know yet for sure. It'll just depend on how I'm feeling, but I debated a lot, even on just doing this one video. But I've decided to share part of my life, most of my life, on social media, and I think that it's deserving to also share the bad along with the good. I just ended my 1-year relationship, over a year relationship, which had nothing to do with how I actually feel about him, but it had everything to do with circumstance and our ability to my ability to mesh with his life sucks so bad. It sucks so bad when you can really love somebody fully. But this happens is, when you can't, especially when you're older, when you just literally cannot find a way to combine your lives and goals and aspirations, because I have a lot of them and I'm not willing to let any of those go. None of them. So I don't know, I might be taking a bit of a break from the slides, but I might not. I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow. I'm just gonna do what I feel is right, but I wanted to let you all know because I appreciate every single one of you. So maybe I'll see you, but I'll be back eventually. I blocked him. I took my own advice and I did what was very difficult, and I blocked him on everything. There's no way that he can actually contact me. I sent him one last message to make it clear that I didn't want him to find a way to contact me. I think that it's one of the hardest realizations in a breakup is when you realize there's just no way that you can give part of yourself to somebody that you cared for deeply, and you're not willing to take just part of them either. But you need to stop focusing on what you don't have, and you really have to try to take away those thoughts of the future that you had built up in your head with that person. It's not really anything that you ever lost because you never really had it. Focus instead on what you've gained, your time, your energy, your love, and pour it back into yourself. Guys, I'm not going anywhere. See you soon.
So I wanted to share this whole thing because I watched them all today. When I found out what was going on, and I was like, it kind of hits home with us some.
Yes.
Because
I mean that hit
we are difficult to align with. Our relationships are very hard to align with us. So I felt that it really made a lot of sense to have like this show, because it actually, like I said, it touches a lot of bases for us as well. I actually wrote a message to her, a pretty lengthy message. It was like, hey, I appreciate all the things that you do for, just even for this show that you don't even know about, you know what I mean? And that I would love to have you to come on the show. I said, because I really got some questions to ask you, because when you do have such a public life, when you have these types of situations that occur and problems that occur, how is it that you're able to deal with them in a way that makes a real, that you're able to deal with them in a way that makes sense for you and for them, and just like I just got a ton of questions to be able to ask you, along with you having questions, and I'm sure that even the listeners, because everybody kind of knows this girl now because we share her so frequently. So it was really something that was like, I don't know what just happened there.
Surprise.
That's where it was just like, I am, I'm trying to figure that out. Michael, you are not 21. This is a 21 and older show. So, anyways, but like I said, so it was very interesting to kind of see all of that, and I realized that even though she is not a super fan, however, she kind of is. She's like a TikTok super fan. A different way, just in a different way. She's not affiliated with a football team per se. She's affiliated with a social media. and that makes her a very similar type of super fan to us.
When you
And
have a large presence on social media, it's especially in the sense that she does a large presence on social media, it still takes a toll on all of your relationships and how that maneuvers and how that looks and how you handle that and what you share and what you don't share and what you're comfortable with and what your partner's comfortable with and you have to balance all of that. And sometimes when you are open to sharing things, your partner or the person that you're breaking up with doesn't want you to share, and they feel like they need to have the opportunity to tell their story, even though they're not the ones that are present amongst everybody.
right, right. And ultimately, it was like, wow, this is, you know, it was
Crazy.
just interesting to see, and, again, appreciative that she made it such a public breakup. You know what I mean? Like that you don't get to see that often, and we got to participate in this breakup.
Well, and I think one of the things of her going so public about the breakup is a lot of people didn't even know she was in a relationship to begin with. It wasn't something that she
So
made
and maybe that's more
up.
my fault on this show because I knew she was in a relationship.
I know she was in a relationship too, but it's definitely not something that she makes very public on her page.
Correct, because she's always giving advice. She doesn't necessarily say, "Hey, I just had this situation happen with
Right.
my boyfriend, and I'm going to discuss it." She just discusses it, and that's where some of the things that like occur.
And I think she's probably a lot very much like me, is just because we talk about it or we give advice about it or we're open minded about it doesn't mean it's necessarily happening in our relationship. It could just be something that happened in the past that we have experience with that we want to share. It's just it's all include cumbersome of everything that happens in our life. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's happening at this very moment.
Right, that is correct. So I said, when I saw all this, and I knew that I had already started all of the horoscope stuff, but I'm like, I gotta share this. This is not something that I can let wait another week. It's just like it because it's like a big deal. Like it's like they said, there's people that are actually watching this show who feel a little bit more, you know, they know about her. You know what I mean? So it makes it a little bit more, um, you know, they're intertwined with her.
Right.
The people on TikTok, so um, I mean, she had over 200,000 people reach out to her on TikTok. So I personally reached out to her on Instagram because I wanted to write a message and get her on the show. So, and Crystal will be back here in just a second. She's,
I'm
you
here.
just see her
I'm
elbow.
I know. I'm trying to get my camera to work before my laptop dies. So, it's just you know what? I'm a mess. All right? Deal with
That's
it.
we know that. We know that.
I'm a mess. I haven't even been really drinking tonight and I'm a mess. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. What do you want from a girl?
Hey, you know what? I was almost, as I put my hand in front of the camera, I was almost going to Alanis Morissette tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, like it's funny because uh, the girl who actually went, I kept saying that Alanis Morissette is a man basher. That's
Okay.
how I think of her. She's a man basher. You know what I mean? Jagged Little Pill is a complete man bashing CD,
I don't
as
understand
far
why
as I know.
my camera is not working.
I don't know either. Restart your computer.
I did that. I've done that like 8 times. I don't know what's going on with this thing tonight. It's driving me insane. I might have to run out to my car to get my charger. So you
All
might
right.
have to entertain everybody for a second, because
All
otherwise,
right. So I tell you what. While you're going to do that, did I show you the videos since we're going through videos because I had a lot of videos again today. Did I show you the videos of the girls singing the songs about the Tinder?
yes.
I've got 4 more.
Okay.
She always has a lot of people. So let's do them. Let's do them before we start to get into the horoscopes because I have a lot of horoscope stuff too.
All right.
So,
Do that. I'm going to run to the car.
all right. Again, we saw this girl last week. We're going to do her again this week. She's the girl from England who gets these guys slipping into her DM, and they've got some interesting things to say. I mean, if this is what girls have to deal with in their DMs on Tinder, oh my God, no wonder none of these women actually meet anybody off of Tinder. But here, let's go.
So I'll be asking the questions here. So
Oh, nope, wrong one.
Row, row, row the boat, easy without a care. Merrily, 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 cute evil fairy. The dream's overrated. I'll take the nightmare. I wanna see you in your natural habitat, flying free and wild, snoring on natural beauty and grace. I also really wanna tie you up, love.
I don't understand. I don't understand where any of these come from, but I tell you, these guys crack me up. If this is what the girls have to deal with, it's an absolute mess. Next,
It is.
Touches you, pulls you close, kisses you, makes you feel shy. That's inappropriate. Everyone looks better with a little blush anyway. Elevated your beauty. I wanna shoot guns at the night sky and speed the wrong way on the freeway with my eyes closed.
I don't understand where that came from, but whatever.
Guys,
One more from the Chippy.
Fuck it, look, for centuries the female body has been admired. It has been specified as art, as a thing of beauty in modern day times. This beauty can be captured through photos and sent for easy viewing of this art, now referred to as sending nudes. This happens regularly among friends, partners, and even strangers. With that being said, I humbly request that you allow me to gaze upon the masterpiece and beauty that you are.
I thought that was the most creative way of asking for nudes I've ever heard.
it is a very creative way of asking for nudes.
It wasn't as good as the way that the guy asked for feet pics last week, but
No.
definitely was very creative. It's like, hey, listen, these are works of art. And before they used to be painted, but now we just take pictures, and you should just send them to me.
Send them. Send them away.
You know what? That God bless these people. You know what I mean? It's like I hope that she continues to stay on Tinder and do these. They actually interviewed her in England
Oh, really?
to that she's done so many of these that are not on TikTok even. So it's like these are the ones that are on TikTok.
I wonder if it's at like a dueling piano bar in England.
I'm sure they have plenty of dueling piano bars, but
But I
I'm
wonder
a
if she
big.
works at one.
She does not. No,
Oh,
she's actually a singer. And a piano player and stuff like that, but she doesn't work at a dueling piano. Like again, she's got a little bit more of a story. She does other types of music other than Tinder ballads.
well,
So,
who would have known?
yeah, exactly. We only see the Tinder ballads because those are the things that are the funniest for us. So, and I tell you, like I said, it's interesting to kind of see. I can't seem to have a conversation last more than 3 minutes on Tinder.
No,
No, it's like every time I try to meet somebody on Tinder, I
I'm not.
get like the 3 word answer.
I'm not a Tinder fan, so I would probably be the girl that's giving you a 3-word answer because I think it's exactly like she says. Is every time you open up those messages, it's absolutely insane. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm not writing those types of weirdo messages.
I get that, but it gets as a woman, it gets to the point where you just don't even look
Well,
anymore.
then why be on it then? Well, then why be on it?
Maybe she's to make songs.
Well, she's on it to make songs, but the girls that I'm talking to aren't making songs from my stuff. I mean, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Are you going to make a song?
No, I ain't gonna make a
Like from
song, but
that?
I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have the conversation. I'm gonna show the conversation, not
You're
show it, but I'm gonna show what type of conversation comes from Tinder. Like because I start talking and then they respond and they are, it lasts a whole 2 minutes.
and that's the end.
So okay, yeah, that's not a good example. Good morning, Anna. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Um, that was during Elsa, and I tried to be like creative. That didn't. That wasn't a good one either. Nope. See, it's just, hello, Joanne. Good to meet you. How's your summer going? I love the summer. Honestly, I don't want it to end. Are you a blonde or brunette? Just trying to figure that out. I am. And then she's talking to me. I am a blonde at the moment. LOL. I am not one to change my hair color too much, except when I go to sporting events. I am also a big fan of summer, but also autumn too. Rather it not be super cold. End of conversation. Didn't go any further than that.
That's because you asked her if she was a blonde or brunette.
No, she asked me.
Oh, it sounded like you asked her.
All right. Good morning, Amy. Good morning. So I have not had a chance to listen to your dating podcast, but I must admit that I am little intimidated. A dating podcast. It's like you're the expert and I am just floundering around out here. LOL. LOL. I don't think I would call myself an expert. The podcast is more about living a single life over 40 and the trials and tribulations that occur because of it. To be honest, I am floundering just as much as you are. I just pull the humor from it. Dating at this age is overhyped and it doesn't have to be. We can have a good time without putting all the stress that goes into labeling each other and the process of dating. I personally like meeting new people, finding out about them, and seeing if we connect. If we do, amazing. If we don't, friends are always good to have. I never look at any situation as a bad one. We are not here for a long time, but we should have a good time. Her response: cheers to having a good time and meeting new people. I'm going to be the first to admit that I'm kind of boring these days. I got used to staying home and I'm content with it. But I feel like life is passing me by and I miss feeling passionate about something. I don't know if the answer to that is online dating, but here I am. So, welcome to the Ish Show. I didn't curse. They call online dating. And then it's like, hey, listen, I not sure if you would, because we were doing this and it was like taking a lot of time. So time was passing. I'm like, hey, why, you could have my number, you could text me. She's like, okay, I'll text you. I'm still waiting on that text.
Still waiting.
That was in the beginning of July.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
we've moved on.
maybe she lost your number. Or maybe she lost the phone.
Maybe she lost it all, but I tell you what, all she has to do is log into Tinder because it's still there. She didn't delete me.
Maybe she's holding out. She's waiting for the right moment.
Maybe she saw the show and she's like, you know what, I am not going to date this guy.
Maybe.
Lots of different reasons. Lots of different things out there that could be the reason why.
The reasons we all decide not to date people.
So, and that's that. You know what I mean? It's like I can't tell people how to feel, and I am not going to be the person to tell people how to feel. I'm going to do what I do, and I want them to do what they do, and I want us all to enjoy it. You know what I mean? And if they don't, then they don't.
Love me for me.
So exactly, that's exactly correct.
Because what?
But,
because when I do change, then I'm not happy, and then why would you want to be with me? Because I'm absolutely miserable because I'm no longer myself.
And ultimately, when is your birthday?
May 20th.
Oh, so you are.
Oh, it
Are you a
gets better.
Gemini? You're a Gemini? No, you're a Cancer.
No, I'm a Taurus/Gemini because not only was I born on May 20th, I was also born at 12:06 a.m.
12:06 a.m. on May 20th in what, the year 1978?
79.
1979. So, the one good thing about this book is that it really goes into depth about your time all the time. So on your May 20th,
that I'm a hot mess express.
Well, we're going to find out. So your sun is number 9, and your moon is number 1. So we're going to read those first. Sun is number 9. Sun on the cusp of energy. These prolific and versatile individuals usually cover a wide field of endeavor. Because of their obsessive tendencies, they are also likely to produce a large volume of work. They must be extremely careful not to let their energies get out of control or allow too many attractive detours to claim their attention. Having an appreciative audience to communicate with is essential to their mental health. So, did you get that?
I did.
Does that hold true?
I mean, I would think so.
All right, so let's go. You're also moon number 1. And moon number 1 is, and for everybody, so anybody watching, this book actually goes all the way up to like 2025. So there's people that aren't born yet that I'll be able to do this to. Moon on the cusp of rebirth. So your moon was on the cusp of Pisces and Aries. The moon position demands a lot of understanding. Such individuals go very deep and are not at all easy to figure out. Because of their emotional sensitivity, they are easily hurt, particularly when it comes to rejection. Moreover, they are not easy to reach emotionally and are likely to keep many secrets and not share their true feelings with others. So
Pretty
that was
accurate.
your moon. Your Mercury is 7, your Venus is 5. So we're going to read them. Like I said, this goes into every aspect of every planet. So Mercury in the week of the teacher. Too often, too often didactic in speech. Those with Mercury in this period can appear to be omniscient or at the very least self assured. They usually have no doubt that what they are advocating is right for all those around them. In order to arouse less resentment, they should learn to curb what appears as know it all speech. You got to curb your know it all speech.
I try.
Venus was 5, right?
Yes.
Venus on the cusp of power. Now, Venus obviously is what is your love sign.
Right.
So, at least that's what love. These individuals enjoy using their powers of seduction to the highest degree. Behind these actions is a real need to control, particularly in love relationships. By calling the shots, those with Venus on the cusp are usually the ones who break off the relationship and dish out the hurt. Unfortunately, when that real thing comes along, they are likely to suffer greatly when they are ignored or rejected.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Mars is 5, Jupiter is 17. Number 5, Mars. Mars represents aggression, forcefulness, and the masculine side. And it was 5, right?
Yeah.
Mars on the cusp of power. You got a lot on this power cusp. Because of their overly aggressive attitudes, others may back off when they see these people advancing. Combative attitudes and also arousing resistance can be problems for all concerned. Learning to chill out and maintain detachment while at the same time trying to register and acknowledge the wishes of others is essential here. They also need to learn to be more understanding. Not you.
Not me.
Jupiter represents optimism, expansive attitudes, luck, and the big picture. We'll read you next. Jupiter on the cusp of oscillation.
Okay.
The secret to success here is flexibility. Rolling with the punches and going with the flow will lend an advantage over others who are more fixed in their ways. The problem is maintaining stability, but that can be accomplished by keeping a calm center as a fixed reference point, which can always be counted on in times of challenge and adversity.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good with this book.
So far, so good. I would say a couple things were a little off, but nothing major or alarming.
So Saturn is 22, Uranus is 31. Saturn represents responsibility, limitation, and realism. And you're 22. Saturn in the week of system builders. A desire to control and order one's environment can result in an obsessive or compulsive personality. If responsibilities can be taken in a free and easy manner, Saturn's position here can aid desires to serve others. It is crucial to avoid a tendency to hover or to overly influence others with critical opinions. Better to back off and let things work themselves out. And what was Uranus?
I don't remember.
I don't remember the number either. It was 31.
31.
So Uranus represents psychic powers, unpredictability, and higher thought. And you are Uranus in the week of depth. Uranus can have a beneficial influence here, making such an individual less serious and self-preoccupied. Bringing fun and play to their daily life could be the result. However, if carried too far, such an influence can result in a refusal to take people seriously or to recognize pressing problems as being truly important. A balance should be found between lighter and heavier moods and attitudes. The last two of your is Neptune is 36, Pluto is 27.
Okay.
Neptune represents spirituality, religion, and fantasy. What did I say? 32 and 27?
36.
36 and 27?
Yep.
36 and 27. You were correct.
I wrote it down.
Perfect. Neptune in the week of the Titan. Because of their expansiveness of thought, these individuals are likely to get out of touch with reality easily. Those with this Neptune position do not acknowledge boundaries nor heed warning signals of having gone too far. Grounding and actualizing their ideas is a major problem, since these individuals often prefer to enjoy their latest fantasy. A touch of pragmatism will help implement their ideas. And Pluto represents money, sexuality, and the dark side. 27, correct?
27.
Pluto in the week of society. The need of these individuals to isolate themselves should be countered by an attempt to make a more active role in the social life around them. A conscious effort will have to be made, however, because if given their preference, such people might just as soon decide to stay at home. Joining community organizations and taking an active role in school, church, and sporting activities is recommended.
Go Hawks.
And that's everything was Eastern Standard Time. So if you were born in Washington, some of those times would change.
Yes. Which is probably why some of them were probably a little off. But
Actually, yeah, because
spot on.
yeah, I was just say you actually wouldn't have, because it would have all actually been around the same. There's not like the bigger planets don't move that fast.
No.
So it all stays the same for like most of the month. Where the moon is where you would have the biggest problem, but the 3 hours wouldn't make a difference if you were at 12:07, because that would have made it 3:07, and it goes in 8-hour increments.
Okay.
So I am in 72, and it's been a long time since I've even looked at this book. But when I did look at it, I was like, nah, not really. Not really. Not really. Yeah, I was born late at night. Here we go. So, yeah. I don't know that we need to go through me the same way we went through you. I just figured it would be interesting to kind of.
Well, and my mom.
Well, you know what? I'll do a couple just to see if you could see if they're the same with me.
Okay.
If I actually if it sounds like me.
Okay.
So the sun represents your self, ego structure, and personality. And my number is 29, I think it is, right? Yep, number 29, which is Sun on the cusp of drama and criticism. Most born on this cusp have a strong opinion on almost any matter, one which they do not hesitate in making known. Hard to fool, you must present a sound and cogent argument to have them agree with your point of view. Lovers of excitement, travel, and challenge, they lend individuality and passion to all of their endeavors.
Jamie, that's pretty much you spot
I
on.
was going to say, I can't even lie about the fact that that didn't sound like me. No, that definitely sounds exactly like me.
That sounds exactly like you. Like, no questions asked. Like, that is
Me
you.
to a T, to a T.
Mhm.
And so where you had moon number 1, I have moon number 2. And that's moon in the week of the child. Feelings here tend to be bottled up tightly inside. Those with their moon in this position distrust being analyzed and mistrust those who try to practice psychology analysis on them. Their dream life can be very active, but they may have trouble remembering their dreams. Waking fantasies or daydreams can occupy a good part of their day.
What was that? Not the very last part, but the second to last part where
Waking fantasies or daydreams or their dream life can be very active, but they may have trouble remembering their dreams. I don't remember many dreams at all.
are they talking about like actual dreams, like dreaming while you're asleep, or like your dreams of?
Well, no, it says that I may daydream a lot. That was that was the last sentence. How that kind of said that. Mercury was 31 and 23 for Venus. Here, so since we're going through it, let's try a little more. And if anybody wants to get theirs read, now would be the time. Put in your birthday in the comment section, and we will go over it.
We'll pick a number.
So what's your moon? Your moon would be the time of day you were born. So that's where your moon would come from. And so my Mercury was 31, my Venus was 22. Is that what that was? 31, 23. My Mercury in the week of depth. Deep thought is the natural state here. However, this does not imply that such thoughts can be easily communicated to others. Those with this Mercury position do not specialize in talking about themselves or sharing private ruminations. Unfortunately, thinking frequently turns to worry and worry to self-induced stress. In order to avoid anxiety or depression, positive thinking must predominate. Okay, and then what was my... And Danny will do you next.
Go, Danny, go.
And my Venus was 23. Hi. Venus represents love, romance, social interactions, and the feminine side. Venus in the week of the enigma. The romantic feelings of these individuals are often complex, difficult for others to figure out, but for themselves as well. They can express interest in and affection for another person in the strangest ways. Negative, sarcastic, or offhand statements can be evidence of deeper emotion. Because of their indirect and cryptic manner of expression, they frequently send mixed signals. Not me at all.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Uh, Mars and Jupiter is 27, 37, and Saturn 12. 27, 37, 12. Just so they. Mars is in the week of society. I think that we had this one, right? Mars is decidedly uncomfortable here in Venus territory and would like nothing better than to challenge the group's mores or just run off to some more adventuresome activity. Learning to put one's energies in service of the social or family group can yield extremely positive results once Mars accepts that we are here primarily to serve each other. And my Jupiter was 37,
Yeah.
27, 37, 12, right?
Yep. 27, 37, 12.
Jupiter on the cusp of prophecy. Sounds deep. A need is found here to balance the optimistic, free, and expansive attitudes of Jupiter with the more serious, limited, and responsible attitudes of Saturn. Good luck can follow this position only if both are taken into account and can be balanced one against the other. A talent for predicting the future can result in gains on the stock market or in taking calculated gambles in life. I don't know about that one. Saturn in the week of the seeker. Saturn disapproves of far reaching visions that are not based on hard facts. Thus, although inhibiting factors may tend to keep these people at home, at the same time, they will be forced to substantiate their plans and make them more practical. This can produce a more balanced personality who will take chances when the odds seem in their favor. Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
28, 33, and 25. 28, 33, 25. Is that what I just said?
I didn't hear the last one.
28, 33, 25.
25.
28. Uranus in the week of theater. A love of excitement is the keynote here, pushing aside individuals to higher and higher levels of expression and stimulation. All matters relating to change of appearance, sudden new hairstyles, makeup, clothing, etc., are to be expected. The frequently upsetting results can make others suspicious of Libra 3's sanity on occasion, should such behavior be carried to extremes.
You extreme? No.
What did I have? What was it? 28. I mean, I thought that was pretty much dead on. 28, 33, 25. 33. 33. Neptune on the cusp of revolution. Such individuals are good at undermining the status quo. Not big on all-out confrontation, they're more likely to change things through delicate and highly subtle maneuvering, usually behind the scenes. In order to effect change, they are meticulous in their preparation and efficient in execution. They can also act as catalysts for change simply by their presence alone. I think that's me as well.
That is 100% you.
And then Pluto on the cusp of beauty.
That was my beauty face.
A strong attraction to all media is present here. The desire to watch attractive images on television and film and listen to sound recordings is pronounced. Perusal of glossy magazines also has special allure. Such individuals must be careful not to be so swept up in the glamour world of stars and models that they forsake the realities of everyday life. The first part of that is true. The second part is not.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first part I could see. Second part,
And so now we have Danny. Danny's birthday is
11/25/74.
1974 in November. So he is a Scorpio. Actually, he's not a Scorpio. He goes a little deeper than that. So 11/25 is 34. I'm going to assume that, I'm going to assume that that is AM, not PM, Danny. And that's going to be a 3. It won't matter if it's AM or PM. Actually, it would be the same. So 34, 3, 32, 34, 32. So 34, 3, 32. With the sun. $34 is Sun in the week of independence. Those born in this week must do things their own way. They find it difficult to take orders and have to be self-motivated if they are to accomplish their objectives. Often highly idealistic, they must learn to compromise in their personal interactions and to listen to what others have to say. A good sense of humor is an important ingredient of their psychological makeup. And then the moon was 3. So far we've had 1, 2, and 3 for the moon. Moon in the week of the star. The moon often causes these individuals to protect their inner repressed feelings out on the world. They frequently fall in love with their own inner opposite, the man within, or women within, projected out on the world. Because of their need to identify with an ideal person, they tend to put themselves down in favor of the one they adore.
Danny, don't do that.
Well, I don't think he has a choice. This is him. So it's 34, 32, 34, 32. Mercury in the week of the charm. The kind of smooth talk that can lead to pleasant seduction is the gift bestowed by Mercury in this week. Even mild flirtation is given extra pizzazz here. Such individuals have a way with words that can soften the hardest heart or convince the most confined skeptics, although these people can talk themselves out of trouble, they must be careful not to talk themselves into it either. And then Venus is number 34. Venus in the week of independence. Those who have Venus in the week would rather be alone than with someone who is not really the right person for them. In general, their lack of true dependency makes them ideal mates for those who prefer spunk and honesty to a more passive submissiveness. Frequently, their deepest affection is given to pets and children, rather than to their lovers or mates. And then Mars is 32. Mars in the week of charm. Mars is given an extra seductive attraction in this position. If encouraged, these folks are likely to take over the lives of weaker family members and friends. Thus, they are capable of making most or even all of the important decisions for the other person. In doing so, they create dependencies which may not be so healthy for either party in the future. And that went all the way up to Mars. 46, 15, 29. Jupiter in the week of Spirit. A positive attitude promotes success here in one's drive towards self development. Usually, gains will not be actively sought in financial realms, but in the enthusiastic involvement with one particular area in life. Paradoxically, this area, even a hobby, can prove to be a moneymaker that leads to unexpected rewards. Jupiter's optimism here shines through even the darkest clouds, bringing hope.
Danny says this makes him nervous and he needs a six-pack now.
Yeah, because I know all about Danny now.
Danny, is it too spot on for you? Like, is it, how truthful is it? Like, how close it is to actually being really who you are as like an inner person? Now, part of astrology is you can always change your outcome because you can teach yourself new habits and new ways of handling things. But
This is a personality.
But this is who you are as a person.
Right. This is not part of the astrology. This is actually the energies of the solar system.
Right.
Yeah, the solar system. And he says it's around 85% with him.
85%.
So Saturn.
Okay, mine was about 85%, and yours was probably 85%. So
just about, yeah. The conservatism of Saturn here usually condemns kooky or bizarre outlooks, both in others and in oneself. On the other hand, the position allows the serious Saturn to lighten up a little bit, have fun, and not take things so seriously. If the pragmatism of Saturn can be combined with a more unusual outlook on life, positive benefits will accrue. Hey, what's up, man? And he is the 25th. That's right.
Are you still reading?
Yeah. 2934. Number 29 is Neptune on the cusp of drama and criticism. Drugs of all sorts should be avoided by such individuals, and if medically prescribed, handled with extreme care. They are likely to rave about their physician or therapist and get overly enthusiastic about their treatment. Also, they are prone to accumulating masses of evidence to rationally support their position, making it difficult or impossible to argue with them. Stay off the drugs.
Stay off the drugs.
26 is the last one for you. And we'll call that a day after this, and I can do these readings personally. If anybody wants to get them done, all I would need, you can send me your birth date along with the time of day you were born, and I can give you a full reading.
A full.
Yeah, because this takes a long time. Obviously, we've been reading here for a little bit. Actually, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job reading things that I haven't.
Excellent job reading.
All right, so the last one, Pluto in the week of the perfectionist. Special interest will be bestowed here on projects involving the use of technical equipment to make money or to manage it in one's business endeavors. Bringing critical and logical abilities to bear on financial matters is likely to bring gain to any individual or group involved. Taking human considerations into account is important to provide the counterweight to such activities. And Danny, that is your reading.
Congratulations, Danny. We know all the things about you.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Danny, it seems like if I want to make any money, I'm going to go to you. Looks like you got all the money stuff going on.
Well, we know who to ask for help.
There you go. But it's actually I've had this book for a while. You know, like I want to say I got it in like the late, 90s, early 2000. And it goes, like I said, it goes all the way up to 2050.
That's impressive.
So, and like I said, it's about 85% right, which is kind of good. In the meantime, we still have more TikToks to get to.
Let's do our TikToks.
And thanks. Only drugs or Valium on Sundays, especially after watching your team play, because they stink. So this was something I saw, and although it has nothing to do with horoscopes, it has more to do with kind of the things that are going on right now in today. And
Right.
I thought it was relevant, and because it was from Joe Rogan, I'm like, you know what? Let's play the clip. So here's the clip.
Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. We are now around soft men and hard times. People think that you should be weak and you should be docile. No, you should be a monster and then learn how to control it. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. This doesn't mean that you can't be kind if you're strong, but it does mean you can't be strong if you're weak.
Here on that. It's like we are absolutely in a time of soft men and hard times. That's what's happening right now, and it's.
I would go as far as to say soft individuals.
Well, yeah, and it's. I think that men is now. I think that's
Just
man is man. It's all encompassing. So. But yes, I agreed with everything he said. That so much so is like I know that I've got because everything else is all like horoscope based. But
that's very good. I like that though.
I think she just died. I think her computer just died on her. She'll be back here momentarily. But in the meantime, I agree. I felt that those words really made sense, and I, had no choice but to show that. So there we go. Here she came back. That was fast. Welcome back.
I kicked myself out.
I was like, damn, I guess her computer died. So
no,
anyways,
I pushed a button and kicked myself out, which is fine because it's always better to have the nice big camera on. So there you go.
So here we go. This one I thought was kind of funny, and there were a number of people that tried it, but I was like, okay, I'm going to share this one specifically. So here it is.
So I'll be asking the questions here. So you got goals? Yeah, 3, 2, 1, date over. Run me back my time. Oh, wow, you look different in person.
Yeah, filters.
Oh, I'm sorry, am I on the wrong date right now? Am I being punked? You look cute. I could say the same thing about you, but I'd be lying.
That's messed up.
It was a joke. Nah, check please. I can't date a bitch.
So what do you do for fun?
I'm gonna pay for it.
Let me get a bite.
If your fork enters the gravity of my plate, you're done.
Tell me about yourself.
What do you want to know about us?
I'm confused.
Oh, you poor baby, there's 100 of us here. You gotta get to know all of us.
What do you do for fun?
You know, stuff, things, places, me.
Do you go out much?
Only if I'm forced to, like now.
Talk about you.
You know you fucked up, right? Me.
Okay, I'm leaving.
You mad I made this date my bitch? Me?
Talk about you.
No, let's talk about you. You're lazy, I can tell by the untied shoe. You're not clean by the stain on your shirt. And you now have a 2% chance of this date going well. I love this song.
It's not that good. If they don't like the song, that means they don't like me. Meaning they won't like our kids. Meaning he's gonna kill me in my sleep. Tell me a secret.
Yeah, no. This is our first date. 20 dates from now, you'll be lucky to even know my last name.
What's your favorite color?
7. I thought you said we were going somewhere fun. What's this candlelight bullshit?
What do you do for fun?
What do you do for fun?
Why are you mocking me?
You ask what I do for fun.
I thought that was pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. It is pretty spot on too.
I agree, kind of. The Libra I didn't necessarily agree with, but it is what it is. So there were a number of different things here. The best kissers. I got a couple of them. I wanted to compare them to see who
All
makes
right.
the list and who doesn't. That was number 1.
All right.
Here's number 2.
Hey. Get in. You gon' choose me, baby. Get in. Or you could lose me, baby. Get in. I need blue strips, baby. Get in. You so clueless, baby. Get in.
Now, was it just me, or was Libra like the only one that was in both of them?
Leo. Leo was in both of them.
Oh, it wasn't. Leo wasn't
I
in.
thought it was.
Yeah, I
Hey. Get in. You gon' choose me, baby. Get in. Or you could lose me, baby. Get in. I need blue strips, baby. Get in. You so clueless, baby. Get in.
Scorpio was in both
Okay.
as well. So Libras and Scorpios. October, November babies kiss best.
Kiss the best.
That's what we have determined from those
Are
two
we
videos.
going to have a kissing booth and figure that out for sure?
Oh, well, we could. I guess that is
We
all.
need to find somebody that has those birthdays because neither one of us do.
Well, I'm on the cusp of both Libra and Scorpio, so I must be like phenomenal. Actually, I'm
A phenomenal kisser.
like over and above, like the best kisser in the world. It's me right here.
That man right there.
Exactly. Could be worse. You guys could be getting.
If you've kissed Jamie, let us know.
I don't know if anybody on here right now has kissed me, but if you have, know that I'm a good kisser.
No.
Just know.
Just no.
This one, I actually was talking about a book that I had actually heard about before. So I felt like I should share it with you so that if you are looking for love via the horoscope, this is the way to do it.
If you're interested in relationship astrology, I have a book recommendation. This thick boy here is called Love Signs by Linda Goodman. This is the Bible for relationship astrology. Let me just show you. So our good friend Linda Goodman here has listed every relationship possible. Leo Aquarius, Leo Capricorn, Leo Sagittarius. It's like this for every sign. Every sign combination imaginable is in here, and it's so much information on each one. This book has taught me how to become a better partner. It's taught me how to become a better friend. It's taught me how to understand how I work with other people. And it's just amazing. Seriously, Linda Goodman's Love Signs is the Bible. So hit the plus button if you're interested in more astrology content. I put it out every single day and I'm super passionate about it.
All right. We don't need to hear her talk about how passionate she is about the astrology.
No.
But the book is actually a good book. So if you were looking for it. So I shared it in the post. Susan Miller is who I go to. Like if I don't read horoscopes that often. And typically when I do read them, I read them at the end of the month and not the beginning of the month. Because I want to see if it holds true. And if she's correct on a lot of the stuff at the end of the month, I will then read the next month to see what I have in store for me.
Interesting.
AstrologyZone.com by Susan Miller is great. Is absolutely great. Hey, Christine, is absolutely great. I have been reading her since the days of AOL.
Oh Lord, AOL.
So just to give you an idea, it's been a long time since I've been reading AstrologyZone.com, and she's a lot older now, and it's a lot better of page. It used to be that it was like she writes out these horoscopes pretty much in depth, going day by day for each one.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, it's absolutely worthwhile. She goes off on a couple of tangents here and there, and she'll start talking about some of her friends a little bit. But in the most part, it's like dead on. Like when I would talk to her about it, or not talk to her, when I would read, like when I started reading August, and I'm like, I can't get into this right now because I'll read all of August, and then I'll start reading September's too, because she's usually dead on with me. So, like I said, it's not always 100%. And like I said, I am always particular to read at the end of the month so that if she was dead on with how that month went, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that my next month is going to be exactly how she's saying it's going to be as well.
I like it. I'm going to have to check her out.
And so, but yeah, she's, like I said, that's a good one. In the meantime, I do have 2 more videos to do here.
All right.
And let's start
If you want to know if you're compatible with someone in astrology, look at these 3 planets. The Venus sign. This is important for how you love in relationships. The Mercury sign. This is how you communicate. The Mars sign. This is how you express anger and your sex drive. Follow me for more astrology tips.
So really, that book, I read the book already, so we already knew all that. We see the stuff that you learned from us before we even show you the TikToks. Last TikTok, just go right to this last one.
Oh my God, I accidentally have sent thou a picture of my cock and balls. Pretty deleted, last thou desire to look, I just deleted. Should thee crave, nay, vanishing last.
One more, I guess, that I missed. She's full of them. She's got, it's like, hey,
So many.
I accidentally sent you a picture of my balls and my dick.
Sorry, my bad.
Just delete it. Unless you want to look. If you feel like looking, no, I'm sure you don't want to look. Just delete
Don't
it.
look.
But if you want to,
But if you do, by all means.
ridiculous.
I
I accidentally sent you a picture. How did I accidentally take that picture to send it to you? I mean, I don't have a picture of my balls. I don't. That means I'm not going to accidentally send it to anybody. That makes it really simple. Don't
I did
have the
accidentally
picture.
send a picture of my boobs to the wrong person once. There was a lot of tequila involved.
Of course there was.
I did very much apologize the next day.
I'm sure that he was really upset about it.
His girlfriend was a little upset about it.
Yeah, well, I can see that. I can imagine. That'll cause different issues and problems.
I had a long conversation with her though, and everything was all right. It was really my fault.
I can imagine because they're your boobs. It was on your camera. You're the one that sent it. And it doesn't
100%.
matter. It doesn't matter. It's just
I did it.
see that's the thing. I don't ever have any pictures that I am afraid to send. In fact, I tell you, I butt dial a lot. A lot. Like my butt is really creative on what it wants to say sometimes. There was one time my butt sent a video of me doing a video for Survivor
Okay.
to somebody. And they're like, "Oh wow, well, good luck." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry that I sent that to you." Like it was like that my butt decided that it was going to send this to a random person. And then I found out who it was. Like I didn't realize who it even was until I saw the girl at the wedding, and I'm like, "Oh, it was you I sent it to." She's like, "Oh yeah, you didn't know it was me?" I'm like, "No, I didn't know it was you." Like she's like, "Yeah, I thought you were trying to get an opinion from me." I was like, "Yeah, I wasn't going to get an opinion from you. I didn't even know who you were." And so I didn't get called back from Survivor though.
No. Oh wow.
No, but I did the video wrong. I really did the video wrong. So such is life. But
On to the
so
next
anyway,
show.
exactly. But anyways, so this is, it's been another show.
I know.
There was a lot of reading on this show. There was a lot of stuff going on.
I give you props because that was a lot of reading.
Well, I also sometimes I do readings of romance novels.
I've heard.
So it's sometimes women like to hear me read my inflection and the way I have my I can enunciate my T's.
T for two.
And that deep voice where I can get a little deep and just go down and start talking a little bit closer and just make that all sound really
Seductive.
sexy and seductive.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey Taylor, it's good to see you.
Hello.
Coming on a little late, but we're just about to end the show. But don't feel free to watch it again. We're going to replay this. I'm going to replay this tomorrow night.
Okay.
We're going to do the replays. I'm going to be able to share it. I did not share this to any of the dating sites. So we're going to rebroadcast, as I've been doing with a number of my shows.
I love it.
Tomorrow night. So you can watch the whole thing in its entirety tomorrow. If you missed it tonight, and please, if you guys are interested in getting a reading, feel free to send me or Crystal your birthday along with the time of day that you were born, and I will give you a full reading from the personology book.
I love it.
and we can find out about who you are.
We can get all the juicy details.
Taylor was in the shower, so
Oh, that was a very long shower.
a very long shower. Hopefully it wasn't a cold shower.
Hopefully not. I pray.
That'd have been a long cold shower.
All
But
right.
everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Again, another great show, and we'll see you again. So next week is Labor Day, and it's a holiday, obviously, on Monday.
I know.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be around next Tuesday, so we may have a week off.
We may have a week off.
Yeah, we may also have to switch the days because Tuesdays is going to start getting a little hectic here.
That's because of football.
Football season.
We have this problem every football season.
I agree. So as of right this second, let's do it next week because that may be our final week for a while.
Okay.
We'll do the end of season 2 episode next week.
End of season 2, beginning of football.
Right. Yeah. The footballing is coming.
Where Jamie and I both get sidetracked with all the other stuff.
Yeah, life happens. Starting in September. So, but definitely, we'll see everybody next week. Oh, that's who it is. I know. So obviously, you could see in the picture from Vince. I met Vince at the Phillies game, and he's a Dodgers fan. And I had this, he said he wanted to take a picture with me. And I says, if you're going to take a picture with me, I am not going to show you the Dodgers picture. We're not going to show the Dodgers in my picture.
Vince, it's fine. I happen to be a little bit of a backdoor Dodgers fan, so.
Yeah, she likes the Dodgers in her back door. That almost was borderline inappropriate. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, feel free to check back in on the rebroadcast tomorrow. And we will see you guys next week for the final episode of this season's Two Birds podcast.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Take care. And